What is up? Alchemy of Life back with another video. It has been quite a while. I have maybe not a lot to say, but I want to tell you guys where I've been, what I've been doing, what I've been going through. And this video, I just wanted to make a disclaimer. I am not a mental health professional, but we will be talking about mental health personally, and spirituality, metaphysics, the works. I got a couple of books to give recommendations to. One of them I've given out before. So let's keep going. Let's get going. Not keep going. Let's get going. So where have I been? I've been here. At first it was just me having all this information, not dropping videos. I could have dropped like 1,000 videos, you guys. And that's how, it was, but I would get a lot of information and knowledge and wisdom, and that's what I've been doing, but like from, the last video like this that I've done, maybe like live stream where I was like really active until now, I've had phenomenal growth within the last few weeks here. Since February, coming across a teacher for the rooms. I'm talking about, he cannot be fucked with on these rooms whatsoever. He is like the only person, like you, if you, put it to you this way, if you fuck with the rooms, or you want to fuck with the rooms, because I'm going to be talking about them, they are the shit. Next level divination, yes, but magically, the way that you can use them in such a simple fashion, it's amazing. But I took a lot of time to myself. There are times where I could have did a video, but I didn't. So I apologize to not only to you guys, but to myself on that one. But maybe I needed that time, things were going on and such, and then I just didn't feel like it for a while. But I had other YouTube channel, that I was working on, that I, will still be pushing out content. So manifestation channel, I got very heavy into manifestation. Gained some friends, gained a friend, lost a few friends. You know how that goes. But yeah, it's just been a lot, going through things with the business, rebranding Alchemy of Life Co. Went back out into the work department, and I know, he's back at work, thought you were a businessman, but sometimes it has been, as of lately, I just finished up packaging an order. It has helped me out having, I just went back to one of the positions that I've been holding for over a decade, because quarantine 2020 happened. We all know what happened. Everybody is either off work, an essential worker, or somewhere in between. And I kind of fell somewhere in between because I had 3 jobs. I was, crazy stuff. But my business is what I ran with, and that's the Alchemy of Life that you guys, got to really see a lot of during that period of time. And then the last 2 or 3 years, going through things, on the love end, and that's what, dove me into deep manifestation and getting into my own ancestral work. And as of lately, I've come across, I came across this particular individual I'm going to talk about, and it came in 3s. It came from 3 teachers. You feel me? Listen, they're all phenomenal men. They're all phenomenal teachers. They low-key. Yeah, they don't bother nobody. But they're really truthful about the information that they bring forth. And the honesty is the key, and they don't omit shit. you know, that I know of, but I can tell because I'm at a higher level consciously, and and we will get there. So let's talk about, you know, taking care of your mental health. So I believe on this path, your mental health is very important. And if you need a psychiatrist, if you need something of that nature, there's all different types of names, and they do different things. Generally around around the same thing. A therapist that would help if you want to be your own therapist. Doing that work yourself. They call that in the occult community shadow work. But one of the biggest parts of shadow work is taking care of your mind. They always tell us the mind is all, and I've heard vibration and frequency really is it combined with the mind. And that does make sense. Sound influences your state quite a bit. We're gonna get into that quite a bit. I feel good to be back. I've been in front of the laptop. I've been doing hella audios for myself. Doing things for myself. I still haven't. I won't say an ongoing process, but it's a forever thing, dude. There's always something to do. Spiritually, magically. But take care of your mental health. Yes, take your herbs. Take care of it on the physical level. Exercise. That's gonna help. The mental things, but as the dragon master Ikari Naga, my teacher, I'm getting ready to talk about here in a few. He always says you're not gonna eat your way out of this one. You know what I'm saying? And so when we talk about the mind, you feel me? It's the importance we place upon the mind. We'll talk about sound because that came up as well. But the importance of not only, yes, on this path, feed your mind. Yes, feed it what it needs, but also take care of it, protect it, guard it. Right? Know there's always a will and there's always a way out. There is. No matter what you're going through, mentally, especially if it's negative and intrusive thoughts, those are probably not your thoughts anyway. So more likely they won't manifest. Especially if you have a system where you can uproot those energies at the seed level. But a lot of the times you see, hell, you might have had something that you went hard on for a decade trying to manifest, and maybe it didn't manifest. So, what is a negative thought? That's a way to think about it. But a lot of the times you have these energies that are broadcasting things, right? That are broadcasting signals that can cause certain things. I don't want to freak anybody out, anything like that, because you never really hear me talk like that. But, that can be a thing to those who really don't have no protection or know how. But your mind is key, because when you keep your mind clean, it's easier to go about clean and protected. So you keep your mind clean, your thoughts clean as possible, and you keep going. But really what I mean is when, by keeping going and keeping your mind clean and keeping your thoughts clean, through affirmation, making your own subliminals, you do the world a favor. Now, you don't have to spend all day doing these things, but just certain things that you can do, you can do during the day. And you don't only do the world a favor, you obviously do yourself a favor, and the people around you. To keep a nice mind, it's like in the military how they tell everybody to keep, to fold the bed, fold their clothes, make their bed every morning. It's a very orderly routine where you keep everything orderly. And they say cleanliness is next to godliness. That's not just physical realm shit. That's also the mind. And there are things that you can do. I can go over some things that I've been doing, you know, but there are things that you can do. Know first that those negative thoughts, whether it be dark thoughts, negative thoughts, unwanted, intrusive thoughts, are just like you start to want to do something and then you get thoughts, oh, you can't do that, you can't, whatever it is, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be, I guarantee you, if you look at your life, 99% of the time that shit ain't manifest. But it still makes people feel a certain type of way. So it's about controlling the feeling state as well. Just to keep yourself, where you want to be. And so this is the power of the mind. It's almost like your mind trying to show you the power, especially if it leads you to information. While you're, say you go through something on that level mentally and it leads you to information and it shows you there's a way out. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There always will be, as long as you see it that way. And so the techniques and the tools pretty much let you know that you're not going to give up on yourself, even though everything's going to be okay. Because if you look back, like, damn, everything is usually always okay. They say it's worse up here in the mind than it is out in the world for a reason. Because think about think about this. If everybody's wild thoughts that aren't theirs, because they're, but we do have our own thoughts, but, negative thoughts broadcast and that in their vicinity, it would manifest, it would be a fucked up world. You could say on the flip side, it would be genuinely amazing if the positive thoughts were like that as well, on the, polarity. We don't want to go positive, negative, but we're just talking positive polarity, negative polarity, right? So you can look at it like that. So from that point, you start to, just look for some healing. You start to want to know, how to, it takes you on a deeper dive. Because at first, it starts on that minute level, the specific, you just want to get to, however, you just want your mind to be calm and serene and tranquil. And then, as you start to do techniques and do things, whether no matter how they're going, but they're always going well. Just know they're always going well. Especially if you stick to it. Consistency is key. That's one thing that I learned. Do it, just do it. Understand what it is you gotta do and do it. That's the best thing. Just keep on. Keep doing it. And you will see a return. Consistency is key. So, I even kind of lost my train of thought where I was at before I said that. So, basically what I've learned is, even if you have a positive mind, definitely if you have a positive mind, protect your mind, guard it, learn some of these little things. So, things that I do are affirmations, right? I say positive affirmations, I create my own, I really get into the structure of the language of it, and the language of the subconscious mind, which is ultimately symbols. Which is ultimately symbols. But I'll digress on that. But, speaking a certain type of language, speaking things now, never speak, something off in the future. I mean, when you're first getting started, that would be nice. I will be rich one day. I will be wealthy. I will be this, I will be that. Plenty of people have manifested from using that terminology. But it does offer things up to the future rather than the now. So you say, I am. That's why they say I am So now you're getting into the ego side and the conscious awareness, but the power I am is still powerful. Then there's I feel. So now you're working with the astral plane. If the astral plane is the closest to Earth and closest to of the spiritual planes to physical manifestation, then and I know shit per Travis Mages and other study that the astral plane is on, it deals with emotions and stuff, emotions and feelings. So when we talk about manifestation, we really want to talk about, that's why Neville Goddard, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and all of them, and they always talk about, Neville Goddard talks about feeling is the secret, Abraham Hicks talks about your vibration and your frequency, that's feeling, and emotion. And how often you feel it, the frequency. So it has a measurement or a level, a hertz, to some degree. You see what I'm saying? It's your feeling, right? So now that you can kind of calm down and understand that everything's gonna be okay. Hell, like Bro Yosef said, there's always hope. In one of his last videos, there's always hope. Well, there is. You gotta find it within self. Because once you know who you are and the things that you do and don't do, that's more powerful than a lot of other magic you've done, because you know who you are. You can fly from there. Because how many times have people behind your back called you all sort of things negatively that you never became? So a negative thought is nothing. So we give those no energy. But at the same time, so let's look at more tools. So affirmations, like I said, affirmations. Keep you a journal. Hold on. Keep you a journal. Like right here, I have the root chakra, the sounds through the chakras. I am root chakra. I feel sacral. I will solar. I love heart. I express throat. I see pineal. I know crown. A lot of times when we're saying our affirmations, I am it, and which deals with the root, that deals with a certain level of consciousness, a certain energy center. But there are others. So now we know that more than likely, the astral plane deals a lot with the sacral chakra. It deals a lot with the sexual energy, the male and female energies coming together, because everything is sex ultimately. And no, not just the physical act of it, but the intertwining of energies. Yeah. So affirmations, and learn how to write them down. Don't be afraid to step out to the occult community and go into the manifestation community. That's where I learned affirmations. That's where I learned how to write them lightly, because I was able to take what I learned here in the occult way before and kind of, and then tap into certain teachers, and now I have a really good language down. But for me, I know that can use a lot of mental energy unless you give yourself 5 to 10 minutes or an hour a day slated for when you say your affirmation. So I would have something around all of who you want to be and what you want to experience, but definitely when we're talking about the mind, definitely look at what you think, what you're going through, if anything, and because you don't have to struggle, you don't have to suffer, but look at what you're going through and write affirmations that are the opposite, you see what I'm saying, that express a better mental future. You see what I'm saying? And then express thoughts where your mind is guarded and protected. Yada, 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 go hard. go hard. And then rampage them, get your list out. Gratitude is key too. Mental health gratitude is key. So add affirmations with gratitude. So, just get up and just start giving thanks. I'm thankful for my door back there. I'm thankful for the wall. I'm thankful for my TV. I'm thankful for my laptop. I'm thankful for my mic. You start there. You do that because obviously, when you're grateful for things, you get more of them, right? Being grateful for something, you get more of it. So, before we go too deep on that, what happens is, when pastors in church, they start to get into that trance, and and Jesus, and you know what I'm saying, they start, especially in the black church, and they get going. He's working himself or herself, they're working themselves into a trance. So by the time you're ready to give thanks for, say, the things that haven't shown up in your life, you've given thanks for just random things that are already here. And I bet you have, a reason to be thankful. But that's going to work you up into a trance and also give you something real for these other things to stand on. These things that technically may not be here yet, but they already are. There is a time lag with things, so that's why everything doesn't manifest like that for most people, because most people, don't have that type of power of materialization, or they haven't built it up. Really, the average person wouldn't know where to start. But, so there is generally 99.9% of people are lag. That time lag is a good thing, because it gives you time to assess whether you want this thing or not. We're just talking manifestation, so let's talk about energies of the mind that maybe not be yours. And you nip it in the bud right there, and it's not coming to pass. But as well as, it works as well as not giving it energy. Not giving it energy, you'll be fine. You're going to be fine either way. You're going to be good. Have hope. As Bro used to say, hey, have hope, nigga, have hope. That things are working out for the best. Know who you are. Know who you are. You may not be able to know everything about you, but what I've learned is you can know who you are sincerely. You see what I'm saying? Who you are sincerely. The things sincerely you will do and won't do. And that's a good thing. So, we talked about affirmations, and next is subliminals. Indoor affirmation tapes, subliminal tapes, affirmation tapes. You can find them on YouTube. I personally create my own. Tapes, or I get a tape from Tybro. And we're going to talk about what I just said right there. We're going to talk about that here in a second. So I personally make my own just because I don't trust YouTube. Like, there have been, in the subliminal community, we've heard about certain things, and certain YouTubers putting negative things in the subliminal, behind the track. This shit goes deep. Now, most of the subliminal communities, they should be on the up and up. But for me, I learned how to, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, got myself a microphone. I already had a laptop. You got a little mini rock band studio going on. You get you a laptop, a little boom arm handle, you know what I'm saying, some software, you know what I'm saying, like I would get Audacity, and using an online DAW such as Soundtrap. Learning how to use Soundtrap is like the studio experience, but it makes it easy for you to use. I grew up with how Soundtrap has, been kind of glowing up. They've had all sorts of, things that, they switched their site around quite a bit, and they've, what's the word? They've upgraded things over the past 2.5 years. that I've been using them. But it was very simple when I first started. Very, very simple. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't have a laptop and a microphone, if you have a phone, bro, just record yourself saying some affirmations that you wrote down. Put your headphones on and listen to them. As much as possible. Go to sleep with them. But definitely subliminals work well. Really, really well, because they're below the threshold. So the conscious mind has nothing to work with other than the sounds in the background. And you can maybe hear, you know, that the like that, or you might be able to hear, you know, because it's supposed to be super, super fast. So you might be able to hear certain parts of the affirmation that you wrote, but it's moving rapidly enough to where you can't, but you can't. And being able to listen to subliminals, especially make your own, gives you so much more freedom when it comes to affirmations and saying them, because then you get you don't have to use as much mental energy, even though actually really can be the same, because you're still going to need to drink your water and stuff. You're still going to take mental energy, but it's not where you're sitting there, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy. You know, that takes, you know, a little bit more, way more. Obviously, it's not a hard thing to do at all. Easy work. But being able to put your headphones on, because most of the time we're out and about, that's way easier, way more effective, and way more efficient. Way more effective and way more efficient, listening to the audios. Because then I found out, you know, through the last few years being in the subliminal community and stuff, how to make powerful, like I'm on Reddit forums and stuff looking, you know, because I use these for my own desires and stuff. So, you know, I get a desire, I think about it. It really doesn't matter. It's a very powerful thing, you know, and, you know, I just go ahead, I script it out, and then I learned how to get on Audacity and Soundtrap and layer the audios and different things. So I'm getting, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and into the thousands of repetitions. So hundreds of repetitions, and maybe, you know, definitely, you know, also thousands of repetitions of these affirmations in a short window. In a short window. We're talking less than a few hours. 30 minutes. I can make a 30-minute track that have thousands of affirmations. Or you can say you have one desire and you layer that one affirmation thousands of times, and you speed it up, and now you doctor it up, and you do it to the best of your ability. This is for the more advanced folks. And now you have thousands of repetitions. So now getting the affirmations are easier and more effective. Just put your headphones on, download it onto your phone, put your headphones on. But that took work, that took years. I started off not with Soundtrap, I started off on BandLabs. You know, a really special woman to me, you know, she told me about BandLabs at the time. And she was using it to make her music. And the only thing on BandLabs is, at the time, I like to make lengthy audios, and I'm neither here nor that on that now, depending on what I'm doing. My audios aren't as long now, but then I'm looking for 2-3 hour audios. I didn't, you know, you don't have the capability at the time to do that, and probably still not now on BandLabs, to make audios longer than 15 minutes, and I didn't know that. So I'm, you know, running into roadblocks with this shit, so I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? Plus I had my old Chromebook, and it was, you know, but then there's that learning, I learned off of Soundtrap and Audacity. I taught myself. I'm on YouTube, you know, but, you know, shout out to that very special woman. You know, we started a journey. Because that is how, when it comes to my subliminals, obviously I have my own desires. I have been meditating and using Paul Santeezy's meditations since like 2018. On YouTube, used countless subliminals, used countless, you know, and I just came to the conclusion that I need to make my own for me. two really big reasons. My desires are too specific, and most people will get like that. Once you might have something going on, you might need a certain amount of money or whatever, however that goes, you can get more specific. And you just don't know what people are putting in their audios. I've done enough sound engineering to know, I'm like, damn, if I can do this for me, you don't want to always err on the caution of negativity. Let's get some positivity in here, because there are probably a lot of great creators out there, that are on the up and up, and they just want to help. It's like spiritual teachers. Some are on the up and up, some aren't. But really, we're just here to get the information. At least on that one, you can just be there to get the information and give out. Subliminals, that's a whole different, and affirmation tracks is a whole different game. Programming up the mind. So that's one thing. Subliminals, definitely subliminal affirmations. Definitely, combined with other methods, meditation can definitely help, better your mental health. Put you in a more positive space. Put you in a space where, you wake up every day and you're like, I got this. You see what I'm saying? You smile, you get your routine in, you got this. Like, crack a smile. I'm learning to smile more. Sometimes, you might just want to just sit there, you got nothing going on for the next hour. Just sit there and smile for a whole hour. Look up the benefit, and if you want something to go around with that, look up the benefits of cracking a smile. What does that do? Know what you're getting yourself into, and then go do it. Know why you're doing it. Why you're doing it, what does it do? Those two things, and then go do the thing. I promise you. So affirmations. So that smile, that was a little sidebar. So audios, so we're talking about affirmations and audios. And within these audios, getting certain type of audios that have certain type of things in, like the Anabacoa. Definitely get on that Anabacoa, the miracle prayer. I am on that shit, and I need to listen to it today with the Anabacoa. Shout out to Chris Enlightened. He was the one who put me onto that. Who also one of the 3 teachers that helped put me on to Master Gibson. First, shout out to S. Ali Mize, Brother Ali. I came to know about him in 2019 when I was really first getting on the path, like doing the magic and doing the work out of the government conspiracies part of the path and the other parts of the path, exploring certain things I was on, doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to do my altar, the deity, Lincoln Manual, the whole nine. He always talked about Master Gibson. And then Chris Enlightened talked about Master Gibson. And then my newest teacher on rooms, he was the one who showed me the importance of Master Gibson and his work. Now, his work is very expensive, but he does have very affordable stuff. He's got some $3,000 books, but he does have $20 books and $20 audios, which are just as good. And one of those is that miracle prayer that Adam McCoy, which he actually dropped for free on YouTube. He doesn't have a lot of videos where he puts the whole thing on there. He gives you a snippet, which you can get some benefits from, especially when you go on Tidal and you listen to some of the audios. Like, some of them low-key, like I found one tone earlier. I said, I bet you this tone was, since it was just a tone, I said, I bet you if I just repeat this, I can have it free on YouTube. Because it's probably from, if it's just this tone, it's just this tone repeated. You feel me? So, it's 6-7 minutes long. That's one you can get away with, but that's not often. The Anabacoa, the 42 Names of God, the miracle prayer. I've been using that. You see what I'm saying? I've been clearing my space of entities and different things. Like a lot of times saying, because a lot of these negative thoughts, negative ways of being, really don't be you. You know what's you and you know what's not you, but generally it ain't you. And so you come in, you wake up, you do the work. So, audios, affirmations, taking supplements and stuff. Yes, doing the physical things. I kind of shit on that in the beginning, but not really. You know, get out into the sun. Get out into the sun. And if you gotta tell yourself it's gonna be okay 1,000 times a day, just know that. And know that there is hope. Because if you look up the etymology of hope, it'll make you wonder why a handful of some of our revered master teachers told you that hope is this negative thing. And hope is divine. I implore you guys that know when Bobby or Pennick said, oh, don't have hope because hope is this and that. I implore you to go look up the etymology of hope. Because I recently looked up the etymology and I'm like, what the fuck? This is everything, it goes against everything we've been told about this particular word. And I did so because I watched the Bro Yosef video. While I was watching it, in the very beginning, I said, let me go to etymology. Lo and behold, I'm like, whoa, this is a very powerful word. This is some divine shit. And that's not no diss against Bobby or Panic or anybody. Maybe they just didn't know. We have to come to grips with they didn't know everything, but they knew a lot of shit. They were good at what they were good at. Ashe. But definitely, I would say getting up with someone, like Master Mr. Egyptian, who has he covers everything. Tybro covers everything, but you gotta be committed on that level because you're gonna spend some bread over there, but it's worth it. I would say that I've been over there recently, hard body, it's worth it. So audio is doctored a certain type of way. 72 names of God, and then just individually studying the 72 names of God, like listening to it, but learning it, you'll find certain things deal with the mind. Certain names of God deal with the mind. You see what I'm saying? Which one was it? Ayin, Lamed, Mem? Yeah, right there. Ayin, Lamed, Mem. A-Y-I-N space Lamed, L-A-M-E-D space M-E-M. Like that. Remember that nigga from back in the day? Mims. Makes sense now. Mims. M-E-M. Ayin, Lamed, Mem. That is a good one for clearing negative thought forms and thought patterns. Chanting that over and over in front of a candle. You see what I'm saying? Chanting that word, like looking that up right there, looking that up, its force, what it does, just that particular name of God alone. It saves somebody's life. Or put them in a better space. And then let's talk about the runes. Personally, the runes that I use, I know there's runes that are for the mind and stuff. I use a few. I use a lot of protection runes. So let's talk about the Elder Futhark or Futhark runes. So the Helm of Awe is a binding rune. That's what this is right here. One of my necklaces I wear. But the Helm of Awe is a binding rune. It is a mixture of a few different runes. I think the Algiz or might be Elhaz. I'll have to look it up, but it's a mixture of what a binding rune is when you take something from one of the three ets, first, second, or third ets of the runes, and you combine the runes. You know how they work magically, and also how they, it's different than how they work from divination, but you know how they work magically. Say you take, you want to really protect some shit. You take Tyr, kind of like Tyranny, the Tyr rune. You can combine it with the Helm of Awe, which is already a binding rune, or Hagalaz. Hagalaz is that mother rune. I just started working with it today. I've worked with it a few times before, a little bit before, but not like consistently. But that rune is really good for clearing out negative subconscious. Anything in the negative in the subconscious or the unconscious, it's going to. It doesn't fucking play. And as per, my teacher on the runes, he's talked about that rune quite a bit, and I've used other runes that are around Hagalaz now. I'm, doing that work now. It is a very, one of those very powerful runes. Sweeping everything out. All this negative subconscious shit, sweeping it out. And so then you have, like I said, the Helm of All, Hagalaz, my favorite rune. I use this shit all the time. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm trying to think of what it looks like. Oh man. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look this up. I don't know how. I never got the name of this rune. Elder Freckle. Hold on. Thurisaz. There it is, Thurisaz. Thurisaz is that shit. Thurisaz does not play. So how can you use the runes? How can you tap into runes? Very easily. I should leave a link in this video to where I learn, to where I learned the runes. To that, particular gentleman, very, very great person, wise, gentle, great with the knowledge, funny. You don't like it over there. But, if you want to learn this shit at a high level, no bullshit, get the information, knowledge, and wisdom and straight to the work, and then get the experience, I got you. Easy. So, you take like Freya, the goddess Freya. Now, each rune is a god, goddess. Each rune is divinity. And Odin and Freya are over the runes. From what I've been learning. Freya, her rune is Fehu. She deals with fertility, sexuality, wealth, abundance, cattle, all of that. So she deals with luck, abundance, wealth, very heavily, fertility very heavily, and obviously through the energy of fertility she deals with sex, and she also deals with magic and the runes. So say you're looking to have more abundance in your life. Visualize what that looks like for you, right? Have that already ready. Look up a picture of the Fehu rune, or get you a set of runes. However, and the runes are very easy to draw. So you can just draw it, get a red pen and draw it in red. It's better to visualize the runes in red. Deals with the mythology of the runes, Odin in the blood and his leg and all that shit. But you get that rune and you scribe into it meditatively. So scrying is when you just look at an image and you try, like say you're scrying into like one of those Hebrew pentacles. You're gonna scry from right to left, and you're gonna go, all the way around it slowly, and try to see all of its dimensions. You're gonna do that. You're gonna scry into that image, and you're gonna scry into that particular rune and chant its name. But also give it the intent. So I'm invoking Fehu, and you give your specific intent. I invoke the energies of Fehu for your specific intent. You know what I'm saying? You say it how many times you need to say it. Go to the image you pulled up or drawn or have in your hand because you got the room, and you go hard. You scry into it and you chant its name. And, you start to try to visualize that energy in your life. Also, you can send these energies once you start to learn about the runes, what they do magically. Now you know a little bit about Fei Hu. You could say, okay, say I'm going shopping today. I haven't gone anywhere, yet, but say I'm going to shop, type of energy. I haven't left the house yet. What you're gonna do when you wake up, you should do it when you wake up, but before you leave the house. Send out that energy of Fei Hu into your day. You say, I send the energy of Fei Hu out into my outer reality, and you visualize Fei Hu, right? You visualize Fei Hu, especially if you know what you're going to do, you know exactly what route you're going to take. Because say you take the same route to the store every time you go to that particular store, you can see that room outside your car, and then now it's out, you kind of like hovering above yourself, and now you're seeing that outward reality penetrated with that room. They're really easy to visualize too, because a lot of these rooms, there's not much to them, when it comes to them, how they were drawn and how they were brought about. It's not a lot to them, so they're easy to visualize, easy to draw, easy to work with. So you can send that energy out into your day, and send the Helm of All out into your day for, protection, shielding your energies from all, from all negative forces, because there are higher negative forces, just like there are lower forces. There's higher good forces and lower good forces type thing. You don't really want to go, good and evil, really, just, they really don't exist, but you get me. You understand. So, this is a video, I'm back. I'm going to start making more videos, but I want to talk about the importance of taking care of your mental health, whether you see a professional or you input some of these things, that I talked about. I didn't go over too much, but I think I went over enough. So now let's look at some of the books that I've been reading. So let's start with a book I've already given out. This book right here. Is the shit. The fucking shit. Especially if you're into hoodoo. You know what I'm saying? You're into hoodoo. You might not think this is hoodoo. You might just think this is all Christian shit. This is hoodoo, baby. And I don't think that Damon Brand meant it to be that way. But if you get into hoodoo, you'll be like, wait, what? This is the type of shit we deal with. So then there you go. So 72 Angels of Magic. There's, I would say read it, understand the ritual, the rituals to be done a certain type of way, but you're really gonna wanna, I would say just read it, and then make this shit your own. Make it your own. You know what I'm saying? Make it your own. Let's turn to a random angel. Page 96. So here's the sigil, and then there's something about the angel. And so it says, this particular angel gives power to magic. Discover hidden secrets and reveal truths and dreams. So give power to magic. If you're using any other magic from any books or elsewhere, use this angel to bring extra power to your magic. Sometimes there are blockages that prevent magic from working. The angel may remove them. So okay, see, also Loki removes obstacles. So, you know what I'm saying? That's something extra that was not named under those three things that are under those three things. It says sometimes there are blockages that prevent magic from working. The angel may remove them or make them aware of changes you need to make and get to the magic working. Use this when magic isn't going the way you want, or if you're working on a ritual of extreme significance to you. So you need some power real quick. and you're not trying to build up everything right, take the time to build it up. This angel storehouse. And so it has, two other different paragraphs, but that's by Damon Brand. You can get this book less than $20, but I personally have been using certain seals, certain angels, and certain of these angels I've sent to help friends before. Like a friend was in need, and less than 72 hours later, I'm talking about a friend that's no longer spiritual. She went back to the Christian path, which is okay. It's just cool. It is what it is. But she called me. This is months and months and months and months and months ago. After the fact, she was sounding different, a lot different. I'm like, hell, I was relieved. I'm like, there you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So you can't send these angels out to help friends and family. Another book. Contemplating giving this one out just because it's one of those ones, but Key of Solomon the Key. This is a grimoire, very powerful book. Low-key dangerous, but at the same time, it's a certain type of magic, planetary magic. It works with seals. That's one book that I've been reading, that's been very beneficial to me, that I've been kind of going back and forth with, just using the magic. Like, I gotta find my, one of my Mercury Pinnacle rings, but I have, some jewelry associated with these seals and such, and we'll be getting more. This is a very powerful book. I mean, you've probably seen some of these Solomon seals before. Hold on. So here's some random pinnacles right there. You see what I'm saying? Those are pentacles of the moon, I believe. Random, but there's a lot of like, this one is for my magicians, for my advanced folks, for those who practice at least to some degree and study multiple systems. You have certain things down. This would be a great, I'm not standalone, definitely not for me, not standalone, but something where you add to your magic. Give it that extra knockout. Give it a knockout punch, or just some, there's a lot of stuff in here. And another book is that I'm going to start. I'll pick this book back up about 50 pages in. This, you gotta get this motherfucker books, bro. This shit right here, it's been some months that I picked it up. Besides really today, to like really, to when I was really reading it. So it's one of the ones I want to get back on. But if you're somebody who's into manifesting, I'm going to teach you the guys who taught your favorite manifestation coaches like Neville Goddard, Esther Hicks. This motherfucker had that shit mastered before Floor School shit was, this right here. Theron Q. Dumont. Now he has pen names and stuff, but if you see the title, The Art and Science of Personal Magnetism, it's a science to this shit, so it's a certain type of way to do things, It goes through that whole thing, but this one right here, pick this up. It's an interesting find. It will amplify your magic because it teaches you the art of magnetism. The art of magnetism is like the art of seduction, which you low-key understand. Seducing things into your reality. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes magnetism isn't about something going like that to you. You're a magnet, so it's got to do that. Sometimes it gets close enough for you to be able to grab it. It gets close enough for you to be able to knock out punch, for you to grab it, for you to get the thing, for you to actually go out and get it. As they say, sometimes it's, twofold like that. But I thank you guys for being patient with me. I thank you guys. I didn't lose a whole bunch of subscribers, you know what I'm saying? It kind of went up and down, but like not in a bad way, not in a huge way. So I thank you guys for holding down the fort. You know, I was dropping those shorts just to let you guys know I'm still here, you know. Still doing my thing, still very heavily involved in magic, but, you know, really a lot of personal development and a lot of, you know, I'm in this for me, but I'm also in this for other people. But really, you know, the aspect of having to be in it for me, because nobody's going to do the magic for me. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to you. And one thing I'm learning as a magi, we shouldn't lack. We definitely should be the ones on the planet that lack no good thing. So, I just wanted to say, I love you guys. Peace, wholeness, whatever you, hey, thank you. At the end of the day, ooh, I almost had to burn. Ooh, shit, I almost had to burn for a second. But thank you. From a humble heart, I said thank you. Maybe I'll do a part 2 where I talk about doing mudras and stuff, but to anybody out here going through anything, I'm just thinking you got it. Those negative thoughts can't take you out, they won't. Those negative thoughts are nothing. They stand nothing in the way of the true positive thoughts that you actually have on deck within you. You got this. Love yourself, love others, but definitely, if I say, if you take away anything, be in the moment, have gratitude, know that all is well. All will always be well. Smile. And laugh. Be around people that make you fucking laugh.